Okay, once again, my name is Tim Grady. I'm coming to you from Lawton, Oklahoma. Uh, this is going to be a quick video. Why permaculture design has got a dirty reputation and has become a dirty word. Um, this garbage. This guy, he's got it pretty good. Okay, let's go to this guy. He is the quintessential reason permaculture has a bad name. In his video, and we'll just go through. I won't play his video. I will link to his video in the description of this video. He went all this way into 2 minutes and something in his video, and all he did was promote his book and a bunch of kitschy-catchy, neat little phrase words. This video is a total waste of time. And this is, again, part of my problem with YouTube. YouTube 10, 15, 20 years ago, or whatever, 15 years ago, you could get a 100-hour permaculture, no bullcrap, no self-promoting. And this is exactly where the founders of permaculture warned would happen. It's the same thing that happened with 5 Acres and Independence in the 50s, in the homesteading magazines of the 1920s, and the Depression, and the homestead design. It's the same thing that happens over and over again. This guy, I don't think he actually went through a 100-hour course and did his 1,000 hour to get his permaculture and his 1,000 hour internship to get his permaculture. But I will admit, he has his zone 1 and zone 2 garden down. So he went and picked out the ideas, and then he writes a book about permaculture. Yeah. Permaculture. Now let's get into what permaculture actually is. I'm 4 minutes into this video and all I've done is ranted. So let's get into what permaculture is and is not. Permaculture is a design philosophy, period. Nothing more, nothing less. And in that design philosophy, we observe nature year-round. It acknowledges time management. It acknowledges energy management. It acknowledges ethics on what you can and cannot do. And it is a design principle. It is not the end-all be-all. It is a very good subject. I used to recommend a good series of videos. It has been pulled from YouTube. Every good series on YouTube I can no longer find. They have been pulled. Permaculture design has turned into, oh, this is what works for me. If you do permaculture design and it says what works for me, and you're telling someone else, you can say what works for me. But if you are honest about permaculture design, you're going to say what works in nature. Permaculture design is observing nature to get more out of it than you put into it. That is what the crux of permanent agriculture is. It is a sustainable method. And all it is a method of observing nature so you can use it more efficiently. So if someone comes and tells you that, oh, we have got to do, I can't even think of the guy in Europe that came up with hugelculture. Now, hugelculture uses a couple of different design principles. It is a zone 3, zone 4 gardening system. It is not a zone 1, 2, or 3 gardening system. And again, what I'm trying to do is warn you off of the garbage so you can get to the actual permaculture. The guiding principles of permaculture. Now, here's only 5. This guy has 3. This guy has 7. It's real simple. Go and get the book and read what permaculture is. And then branch out. And here's another thing. Permaculture is a design. This is true. This guy's right. The 12 best permaculture design books. Look what's in the center. The original. Okay? The original permaculture. This is a pretty good book. It was written. This is a pretty good book. This is a pretty good book. But go get this book. Go get the original. Remember, it was written by 2 hippies back in the 60s, published in the 70s. If you go back to what permaculture actually is, it is observing nature and replicating what nature is. Don't go off into, oh, you've got to do a florist garden. Oh, you've got to do hugelculture. Oh, you've got to do this. Oh, you've got to put swales. Well, if you're in a swamp, you do not want to go put swales on your property because you don't want to hold more water and you're going to turn it into a lake. If you're in a desert, you don't want to go use what's in. And permaculture design basically is observing nature, replicating what works for you in your situation. And this guy's right. These 12 books are wonderful. And when you get into permaculture, remember, a permaculture design course is a minimum of 100 hours. Your internship should be 1,000 hours. When I did mine, it took a long time to achieve. So, permaculture design, what it is not, is really simple. It is nothing more than an observation in nature, taking what nature, whether it be a forest garden, whether it be a swamp, whether it be a mountain, side of a mountain, whatever you have, you can observe what is in nature. And yes, if you go through, read the book, read the original, okay? So here's the original. Bill Mollison and the other man, I forgot the other man's name. But then there's the later book that was written after his death. I think it's this one. The new edition. This was written after his death, and it added it added more of hugelculture and more of other of the more. I think it even introduced aquaponics, hydroponics, aeroponics, and zone 1. It introduced zone 1, sub-zone 1. So there are a lot of things. But until you actually just go buy the book, read the book, I do not recommend YouTube anymore because of people like this. This guy's got a pretty good, this guy. At least he went through the basic concepts and he broke them down and how he applied them to his situation. And with that said, I'm sorry this is a ranting, but permaculture design is a good thing. Stop going to YouTube until you read the book and you can determine what is garbage and what is good. Even this guy has a lot of good, but until you understand what actual permaculture is, this guy's going to do more damage. This guy, in his 6-minute and 41 promotion video, actually has some good information. But unless you understand the basics and the principles of what permaculture is and is not, start with the book. Simple as that. Start with the book. I don't know how else to put it simpler than that. Start with the book and then go to these YouTube channels and understand, oh, this guy's doing something very specific and he's doing very well in this part of it. He covers a lot of the energy management, but he overemphasizes some things and totally misses the other things. And that is why you have to get the book. Since there is not a good 100-hour course any longer, and everybody's broken it down in these little bite-sized pieces, simple enough. Get the book, figure it out. It has value, but when it has become commercialized like this, and everybody's trying to sell you on their little corner of it, and my next video that is going to be coming out is going to be called Fence Line Gardening. And it is going to use a lot of permaculture design principles, but it is not permaculture. It is going to use some of the design principles. It's going to be a Zone 5 garden. So with that, I'm going to call it here. I don't know what else to say. Permaculture is valuable. It is, but it is a design principle. It is not a one-size-fits-all. It is nothing but observing nature and using its principles to solve problems for your situation. Enough said. Get the book. You'll understand. With that said, out here.